Hello everybody and welcome back to Memoriapolis, where we are currently about halfway through the Renaissance period here. And of course, we're working on constructing this cathedral up here. If I recall correctly, yeah, we just needed workers for this cemetery, I think. So we need 128 workers here. That seems great. We are, of course, working on increasing our esteem, and we're encouraging multiculturalism to increase our migration and get additional workers. Workers are still our primary shortage, but at this point, we can check in here and see outside of building points, we're pretty much done. There's nothing else that we really need to do other than build more buildings, and that is absolutely something that we're going to be doing. So that sounds absolutely fine. But we need more workers. Lots and lots and lots of workers. So that's absolutely a-okay. So if we check in here on new, there are no cultural buildings that we have unlocked anyway that we haven't built. But we still need this trade palace. So that's noted. There's an election underway here, and we're only going to have encouraged multiculturalism for a few more cycles here. What is this? Oh, the Anglicans want to join. I thought we had all the factions. Okay, I guess the Anglicans are coming in. Sure, seems fine. So we have 99 workers at this point, and we need 1687 stone for our trade palace. So that's absolutely understood. I'm just thinking right now about the requirements of workers compared with stone, right? So we're gaining 35 per cycle on stone at this moment. We could run the math and figure out how this is going to end up going. I think we're going to re-enable this cemetery at least temporarily. Well, we're definitely going to need the workers. By the time we get the workers for the trade palace, we should have the stone, right? Especially since we need to re-encourage migration. And that is something that we really, really want to do right now. So let's have this be... We don't actually have the ability to do this. Because we currently have this election going on. The cultural deputy is the target of an election. So we're going to wait 15 cycles then. I don't love that, but we'll wait. We're, of course, getting less migration in this period. So that's not ideal. But we're still getting some. If we check in here, 7 and 10, I mean, you know, it's still pretty decent. So that seems fine for the moment, and we're just waiting for this election to time out. That's going to happen at the same time as our esteem satisfaction. Okay, in that case, what we should do is we should start up another one of these. So this would be most likely going to be creativity, because it can't be esteem again. So we're going to go with creativity at this point, and I believe that is under here. Can't do that either because that's also cultural. Right. So I guess we'll go for belonging. I don't love going for belonging here. I'll be honest. But okay. I guess it's fine for the moment. So we'll see what the Senate thinks about that. They voted for it. Perfect. So now we're going to be getting some additional belonging in here. And esteem satisfaction is coming in for another 5 cycles. So that looks good. We do have 4.4k gold coins at this moment, and we could use that on, like, what we need to repair the building cemetery. So that's going to be bricks, right? We need, like, 600 bricks, and then we need, like, 300 gold leaves. So that's a lot. They want us to build a powder factory. Now, I don't think we have that unlocked at this moment, and we could definitely do that. So this is going to be 208 workers, and as usual, that means that we're going to be delaying our trade palace. So that's fine. If we wanted to build this, this would be... I mean, we have the resources for it. We just need the workers, so that seems okay. We definitely need to go into our politics right now and encourage migration. So that is multiculturalism right here. We still cannot do this. The reputation of the position magistrate is not sufficient to pass this decree. Okay, that had 3 cycles on it, so maybe we need to just wait 3 cycles? This is now 2 cycles. Okay. We can build this powder factory right now, which we probably should end up doing. I'm thinking, like, out over here. Sure, that seems fine. We'll get that going, and what do we want here? So belonging is... we should probably end up going with esteem. So we'll get that going. That seems fine. And we also have this building running out of resources. Now, this is a cutting camp, and we could definitely just pause this for one thing. And those workers went into this. So that's understood. So I want to check in our politics now and see. This is now at -1. Okay. So I just spent some gold on re-election there. No one ran for it, I think, is what happened there. Okay, so in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a decree for, like, safety. So that would be, let's see, night rounds. We're going to do a short decree here. And there we go. We'll get our safety going like that. So that seems fine, and we do want to get another cutting camp going up over here. So that would be... ideally, like, up over here, right? So let's get ourselves a surveyor's cabin up here. This is the last surveyor's cabin that we can build at this moment, and that's understood. So, yep, they went for the night rounds, so that sounds great. And this is going to be done in, you know, like 60 cycles. So we're going to have slightly lower migration because of our setup here. It's a little awkward. But that seems fine for the moment. So this is finishing now, and we want to get ourselves a cutting camp up over here. Ideally, like... I'm thinking somewhere around over here. I saw a 7100 over this way. But I'm actually going to put it up over here, because we're going to make that be a cutting camp level 2. So that'll be absolutely fine, and we'll get that going. Now, as far as what we need to get this cemetery repaired, right? This is the expensive one, and yeah, that's still like 600 bricks. So what would 600 bricks cost us? That would be expensive, right? Really, really expensive. Let's see. There's definitely bricks in here somewhere. So this would be 460 would be about 8K. And then there's 475 here. Noted. For the time being, we're just going to let this continue. We are going to need gold leaves as well. So that's understood. Ah, we've got an upcoming visit. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. No problem there. We're not concerned about that. Cool. So we've got this cutting camp finishing. This was a cutting camp level 2, so we definitely want to take this up to a level 2 as well. We'll get that going, and that'll be absolutely fine. We'll have about 9,000 wood in that, so that sounds great. And of course, in the meantime, we're still working on increasing our safety. We're also working on increasing belonging, and I would prefer that to be on esteem, but that's going to have to be in the next cycle. So that's understood. And we just finished up this guy up over here. So that looks great as well. So checking in here, we can see, yeah, our building points not quite as high as we'd like them to be. We definitely need to work on our building points. That's for sure. So at this point, we need 1687 stone for our trade palace. We're looking at getting our trade palace again, right? So we're going to work on building up our worker count. I would really like to be encouraging multiculturalism at this time. And what did we get here? Okay, we have an actual magistrate now. So that looks good. We don't have a city deputy. This was apparently vacant. So that's understood. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what this is indicating here. I think this is their reputation, and this is indicating that we're all the way on this side. So blocks culture 1's policy. I don't exactly know how to parse that tooltip. Blocks culture 1's policy. Does that mean it's blocking all culture policies? Maybe. So then the city deputy is neutral. The captain of the guard is over here, increasing the chance of incidents. The treasurer is all the way over here, blocks those for trade and production culture. Those what? These tooltips need some reworking. No doubt about that. Okay. Well, for now, that's fine. Absolutely A-okay. We're going to finish up our safety increases and our prayer increases. That seems fine. And I really do want to get this trade palace built. That'll be a very, very good thing for us. We need 218 workers for that. Our visit was completed, and we were given the coins for all of this, which is expected. So we can see here, in antiquity, we fell behind in our satisfactions, and we missed this building point, but we were caught back up by here. And in the Middle Ages, we missed our satisfactions in every single one. We were behind in our building points here as well. But in the Renaissance, we've definitely been in a much better position. So that is absolutely noted. The majority of the powers around you have also opted for Catholicism as their main religion. The problems of the past are buried, and you are united in faith. A new era is approaching, and there are 3 ways to prepare for it. The first is to keep a low profile so as to not upset the various monarchs, but you could also foment a push, thanks to the support acquired during your epic journey. The last solution would be to consolidate political alliances and send ambassadors to the various countries: Castile, Portugal, France, and Italy. Your empire won't be built without concrete action. So, the trust of all factions would go down by 5 points, but we gain 1,500 gold. Or we would lose 400 safety and gain 750 blueprints. We don't need blueprints. So, we're going to take the gold coins. That seems fine. This building just ran out of resources. Okay, so this is another cutting camp out over here. We will pause that, and we can build another cutting camp up over this direction. So that should be absolutely fine. We'll get that put in up about here. That's technically in a swamp. We'll put that in about here. Okay, so that looks good. We're at 1.6k stone, so we should have the stone that we need for the trade palace very, very soon here. So to that end, I'm actually going to pause one of these up over here. There's 198 workers, and we should have that back soon-ish. And I want to build this guy somewhere around, maybe out over here, actually. Sure, this seems fine. So we'll get that built out over here, and we want to go for, I'm thinking, esteem and creativity. So we'll get those underway, and I want to turn this archive repository back online as soon as we have the workers. So we're definitely going to need some of that. And that seems fine for now. So I want to check in on our politics here. Is our reputation improving here at all? The answer is no. Okay. Reputation is specific to each position regardless of its representative. As it rises or falls, it can bring different advantages or disadvantages. But how do we change it? The more powerful a faction is, the more the reputation of its position will increase. But the value of the reputation of his post does not influence it. His post, okay? Each post can have a positive or negative passive effects depending on the associated reputation. Okay. So our magistrate is the Heliotes, right? And they're at 4% right now. Okay. So that's probably what we've got going on there, is my guess, but that's certainly interesting. So for now, let's get this cutting camp finished, and we're going to take this, of course, up to a level 2 cutting camp. So that's going to be 250 stone. We'll need to wait a little bit for that. Not very long, though. That's like 3 cycles away. Well, we might have some reduction soon. Yeah, there we go. So these guys want us to construct a cathedral. I feel like we're a ways away from that. I do want to get this upgrade done. Let's get that done. And now we can look into building a cathedral. So that would be this. We would have the stone, and we would be short on workers. We could definitely build this. It would only give belonging, which is not ideal. Indeed. We would really like to get some esteem and creativity going here. We are about to finish up our night rounds. So let's see if we can actually establish this. I don't think we'll be able to, but let's see what this looks like. So yeah, we cannot do this because the reputation is not sufficient to pass this decree. So we can't pass a decree here. So that's understood. I'm going to actually re-up the night rounds. And we need to ticket one more cycle because we need additional safety, right? So that's fine. We can definitely run additional night rounds here. Okay, let's see what the Senate thinks about that. We are, of course, going to need more workers, but we can't encourage multiculturalism due to the reputation of our magistrate position. So that's understood. I still don't really know how to increase the reputation of our magistrate position. It just talks about the powerfulness of the faction. But if we look into our Heliotes here, which we know we're about 4% in distribution here, they're at 100 faction power, right? But they're only at 4% distribution. So perhaps we should spend money on re-electing the magistrate. And then in that election, we would be interested in putting in... So this is currently a 40% chance of the people's representative being elected, right? So we would be interested in having this be something that is relatively powerful. This is just the election chance here. So we would like something that would increase the reputation of this. But I don't know exactly how to go about doing that. So what exactly is the people's representative here? I don't know. That's interesting. We'll see what that comes up with. And we're going to be finishing up our United in Prayer right now. So that's fine. Let's go ahead and get ourselves another decree going here. This should be probably creativity or esteem, either of those, whatever we can actually do. So this would, I believe esteem is here, and we can't do this because of the magistrate. And creativity is what we're going to have to do then. Okay, so let's do that. Sounds fantastic. So we're going to be finishing this up in one cycle. How much do we need for this? 200 workers. Okay, we're probably going to have to... We can't actually pause this. So that's noted. Did this drop our prices or anything? No, this seems about the same. Okay. It definitely seems about the same. So let's pause this cathedral up over here and use those workers to build another cathedral. And this one I'm going to put, like, out over here. About like this. There we go. So we're going to need to resume this. We definitely need more workers. So this would be only esteem. We don't actually care too much about esteem that much. Well, actually, this is belonging. But yes, we do care a little bit about that. I think the archive repository is the thing to bring back online. We are in a worker deficit at this time. And that is absolutely understood. So currently this is undergoing election, and I don't think we can have reputation rise. So I think we probably should have kept the other there. I'm just wondering if maybe the reputation can go far beyond this and take a long time to come back. I don't know. Maybe it caps, maybe it doesn't. Definitely an interesting thought. So, of course, we're a long ways away at this point from building anything in here, right? That's fine. We don't need to be anywhere near that. I want to come down here and see what this cemetery would look like. So if we did this, we would still need another 600 bricks. And like 250 gold leaves, or actually like almost 300. We need like 300 gold leaves. That we can probably do. We can trade like 500 wooden beams and some gold. Convert into a trading post. What does this do? You have the option of establishing a trading post. A trading post would require regular input of resources so that its population can grow, but it would allow for better earnings of passive gold coins and regular gifts. Three random sets of different gifts. That's interesting. Okay. I'm still interested in doing this. So like 250 here and 500 here. So I'm going to do this trade. Note that I didn't go to the full amount that we needed. That was deliberate. And then as far as bricks go, we can buy 475 of them here and just do that. That sounds good. So we'll get going on that one. And then we've got this guy here that we could convert into a trading post. And the gifts that they can give us, I don't know that we actually care that much about this. This is mostly about getting more gold, but I don't feel like gold is a problem at this moment, right? So that's understood. And if we take a look here, oh, we're out of food. That's a problem. That's a big problem. So this small farm is level 3 right now. I didn't realize that we were running out of food again. Okay. So that is absolutely noted. We need to build up another farm then. Should have noticed that, but I did not. So this is in the attrition area. I'm going to put this farm down over here. And we're going to get that going in. So we're going to get that started. That will be done in 7 cycles, and we're going to get this upgraded on up. This is going to go to a level 3 farm. Now, can we buy in food temporarily? I think yes. I'm going to buy like 1,000 food here. I'm going to trade like 500 wood. There we go. So something like that. That'll buy us a little bit of time, and this way we're still going to keep growing. That's important. So we're going to get this farm done in 3 cycles, 2 cycles, 1 cycle. Done. Okay. So now we're going to get this upgraded to a small farm too, although I want to wait until it actually starts building a field. There we go. Now that it's building a field, I want to get this going. So that'll be fine. And yes, we are still negative on food, and we're probably going to have to buy more food. So this election ended, and who did they elect? Okay, so as expected, they elected a representative of the people. That's understood. So we'll see if this changes the reputation over time. That seems fine for now. And we're going to be finishing up this field very shortly. Okay, we're out of food again, and that's not surprising. Let's buy another 1,000. I'm actually going to buy 1,500 food. Yeah, I'm actually going to buy 2,000 food. We're going to need a little bit more gold than this, so we can trade, say, 50 cut stones. Something like that. Okay, we'll get that going. That will buy in a little bit of food for now. Excellent. So we are currently producing some extra food down here. Eventually. That's the idea anyway. So we're going to get this up to a level 3 farm. What do we need to do that? We can also start thinking about upgrading some of these to a level 4 farm. This is fine. We'll get that going. And then level 4 farms here, this would require tiles and some gold leaves. So that's understood. That would be a problem. Here, what do we need? We need a bunch of stone, and we need about 100 bricks. Okay, we'll continue to wait on that. So we're at 175 workers at this juncture. Yes, we accept this. And we do want to get these guys back online, right? The archive repository is going to be the first thing that I want to get back online. So that's going to be 198 workers. That seems fine for the moment. And eventually we'll see about bringing that back online. We just need 10 more workers for that. Okay. So our food is currently still negative. 84.5. Noted. I'm noticing that we're not currently building any additional fields over here. There we go. There's a field. Now that we're out of food again. So we're going to need to purchase in additional food. I'm going to do 2,000. And we're going to need to trade some other resources for that. I'm going to trade 500 iron. Okay, so that'll keep us afloat there. And these fields are going to be cutting into this. But I do think we should start thinking about upgrading some of these to level 4. So that means that we should go into our production and grab the maximum upgrade here. Oh, it's already unlocked. Okay, so that would mean that we would need to upgrade one of these guys. Construct a garrison of knights. Okay, we might be able to do that. So this would require tiles. The major other issue here would be gold leaves, and that's understood. We may need to buy some gold leaves at some point, but a garrison of knights, huh? I don't think we have one of those. So that would be in here. Presumably under military. Yes. So we can accept that, and what would we need to build this? Oh, these resources are very easy. Okay, we still have a worker deficit, but we can absolutely put in a garrison of knights right up over here. Do that. So then we should go for esteem and creativity over here. Beautiful. So that seems good. Now, as far as tiles go, we're going to need to get some of those in here. So if we were to bring in, say, 400 tiles, that would be about 7,000. We can trade, say, 250 wooden beams and 250 cut stones for this, as well as maybe 1,000 wood. We can do like 1,500. That would put us positive in the trade. Do it. Okay, so that seems good for now. That puts us at 506. So now what I want to do is we are still net negative on our food. I'm going to upgrade only this farm, but that's 135 workers. Ouch. Okay, 135 workers is a lot of workers. We do have this other farm coming online here, but we should start thinking about getting these upgraded, for sure. We're chilling at 0 workers right now. And we have been. There's 2 workers. Good. Okay, so we see another field starting up over here, and we can see we're still at minus 38 food. It's not as bad, but it's definitely still being worked on. That's for sure. So we have a pretty major worker deficit at this moment, which is normal. No doubt about that. We need a lot of workers. That's for sure. I would still like to get this cemetery repaired, but we can just wait on the bricks and the gold leaves for that. That seems okay. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to continue to work on our food and continue to work on this worker deficit. I would be very delighted. We should absolutely do a decree here. I'd be very delighted if we could get multiculturalism again, but alas, that is not a thing. So we should be going then for this, which we want to turn down like so. And we should also be going for esteem, but we can't actually do that because that is here. So instead, I think we're going to go once again for safety. We'll get those going. The Senate will determine that. But like I said, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.